First up for this game, South Carolina Gamecocks, and with the win, they advanced to the second round against Miami on Sunday. Joined today by head coach Dawn Staley and student athletes Bree Hall and LeLe Grissett. Coach, if you would, please make an opening statement.
It was just great to get back out there and get our feet wet and play against some competition. I just want to congratulate Howard as well on getting to the tournament and getting their first win, and a first NCAA tournament win in the history of their program. And I'm sure Coach Ty will get them back, and they'll have plenty of success in the future.
With that, we'll open up for questions just for the student athletes at this time. David with the first one.
Bree, it seemed like you're getting just more and more comfortable every game, and really that's been going on since mid-season. Just how good do you feel going out there and knowing you can make an immediate impact if asked?
It feels great going out there and having the confidence from my coaches and from my teammates as well. Just going out there and just knowing that I can make an impact and just do the things I do with confidence, it just really helps, make our team better.
Raise your hand, please, if you have a question for the student athletes. Let's go over to that side of the room.
I guess, LeLe, knowing where you were this time last year, how fun was it just to be out there and to be able to play today?
It was really fun being on a home court and having our fans here, family, and then just the support period. And I love playing here. This is home for us.
Let's come back to this side of the room. And Corey.
LeLe, as a follow-up to that, I'm just curious, kind of take us into your mind a little bit pregame. Were there any emotions that, I know there's one more game here for you, but after Sunday, you won't get to play in this building anymore?
Honestly, I haven't thought about Sunday because today's game was today's game. But, when Sunday get here, then I'm going to feel it. It happens in a moment for some reason. It don't hit you really soon.
David.
Ladies, obviously you're up by 40 at the half, and they've only got 4 points. How easy is it to keep the focus then for the second half, knowing it's like, hey, probably going to win the game, but we still got a lot to work on?
LeLe, you want to go first?
Just doing what we need to do, keeping our foot on the gas. Don't let nothing up because we just got to play our game, no matter what the score is.
I think there was a really big emphasis going into this game on, going out there and finishing the fourth quarter. So I think we really went into the halftime really thinking to ourselves, we got to keep this lead up. We got to keep building on this lead. We got to go out there and play hard and just, keep doing what we're doing. Because, the last recent games, we haven't been finishing the fourth quarter. So going out there and the way we finished the fourth quarter, it was really good.
Rick, do you have one?
LeLe, what does it mean to have a game like this, especially coming off the disappointment in the SEC tournament, to have this dominating win to build that momentum and the confidence for the rest of the NCAA tourney?
It means a lot. Winning this game gave us more fire. This one little loss or another loss, you got to bounce back from that. And this game helped us with the energy, the mindset that we had today.
Augusta?
Bree, just for you as a freshman, coming into your first NCAA tournament at South Carolina, what's the week of prep been like? And then what was it like today, just getting out there and, the lights and everything, excitement?
Okay, so the week prep, it's been really hard. We've been having some tough practices, going at it, going really hard. I think going out there, though, it was just just go out there and play your game. I know going into these next couple games, though, is going to be a lot more pressure, and there might be, more nerves because, you never know what will happen. Of course, we want the outcome to be a W, but, I just know that it'll be a lot more pressure, and I'll probably be a little bit more nervous, but I just know that, if I go out there and stay confident, the results will happen.
Other questions? Stay on the right side of the room. Go ahead.
LeLe, just seeing players like Olivia Thompson get out there and make some big shots. I know the bench was going crazy, I guess. Just talk to me a little bit about kind of how you guys feel when those things happen out there.
It felt amazing. We've been practicing hard, so for her to make that shot, that's amazing. Everybody went crazy. For anybody to make a shot, coming in, making an impact means a lot.
Got one right behind you there. Go ahead.
Hi, this is probably more for LeLe and for Coach Staley, but are you guys seeing the changes that you're hoping to see when it comes to equity compared to from this tournament compared to last year? Are you seeing changes in progress that you're hoping to see?
Let's stick with the student athletes now. LeLe, go ahead.
Honestly, I really haven't seen what the boys got, but what we have, I don't think is a difference. It still feels the same from last year. I seen a couple videos when girls putting on a shirt and they lift up their arm just like right there. So it's like just having any, it's not equal. I don't think so.
Bree?
Oh, I don't really know. I haven't really seen any of the boys' stuff, to be honest. I know I saw, last year that it was a really big difference between the men's and the women's, but I really don't know if I can answer that question.
Any other questions for the student athletes in the front, Chris?
You guys were up. You held them to 8 points in the first 3 quarters. At any point, did you look up at the scoreboard and think this has to be a mistake?
Bree?
No, I kind of looked up at the scoreboard like this is what we do, and I know that this is what we should always be doing against every team.
LeLe?
What Bree said. Exactly.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, seeing none, we'll let them go. Thank you all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll answer the equity question. Yeah, there's a big difference. The signage, you walk around the arena, you see the visiting side of what's happening. It's a lot of signage. It's a lot of, it feels different. Like, it doesn't feel like we're at our home gym. And that's, I know it's an advantage for us, but you can't tell from walking around the building and seeing all the signage. So, it's a really good start to shedding some of the inequities that occurred prior to this tournament. And it's cool for the first year, but we got to look way down the line, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, as many years it took for for them to uncover what was happening to our tournament. So, great start. Let's just continue to, lift our tournament up, and hopefully we'll find ourselves in a revenue-producing tournament.
Is there anything you'd like to see in the immediate?
The immediate, yeah, the units, like men's basketball, they get units, and those units equal dollar signs, and I'd like for us to divvy it up like the 68 teams get divvied up once the tournament ends.
David? Right here.
Don't look at the game, they did what pretty much everybody does, try to make it a zone, really packing 5 into the paint. Did you like your team's aggression toward attacking that zone? Do you think maybe there was a little too much reliance on threes early, or?
Yeah, I mean, when a team plays as far off as they've played us, it does take a stab at your confidence and your ability to knock down shots. Our team had to find a rhythm. I don't think they took bad shots. I think they rely heavily on just taking that outside shot. And when we start working the ball around and giving our post players some looks, it really helped balance things out. I know we can't have another game, shooting wise like we did, and expect us to win basketball games. So we got to find a way to get that ball to go in the hole for us.
Gusta?
Hey, Dawn, I wanted to ask about Camilla and Rivers. I think I noticed Camilla head into the tunnel with a trainer. I wanted to ask, is she doing all right? Is she expected to miss any time? And then the same with Rivers. I didn't see her play today. Just wanted to see what was up with her.
Yeah, I don't know what about Camilla, because I came straight from the locker room here. And then the Rivers is just coach's decision.
Going to Cam?
Hey, Dawn, 13 players scoring today. When you have a game like this where you can really empty the bench in the second half, how beneficial is it to get those players on the bench really substantial minutes to start the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough road for some of the players that don't play a whole lot, but they come in, they practice, they're on the scout team, and they help us prepare, and a lot of times they don't get a chance to to express themselves on the basketball court and make an impact. And I thought the players that got in before them really created this, and they gave us a cushion to where we can get them out there. And I thought they played extremely well. The last 5 on the floor, shared the ball, worked inside out, and it was good for them to play extended minutes and do some good things out there for us.
Rick?
Don, you mentioned the shooting. Is there anything going on with Zaya? She was 2 of 15 today from the field, 1 of 10 from 3. Is it a confidence thing? Is there something technical going on with her?
I don't think so. I think Zaya likes the ball to go in, and she's gonna keep shooting until she gets one to fall. I don't think it's a physical thing. When you don't hit shots, it could play with you mentally and psychologically, but it doesn't stop her from shooting. So, and I don't want to stop her from shooting. If she's taking good shots, she puts us in a position where we rebound the basketball. So she's taking expected shots, and we ended up getting 30 offensive rebounds. So
Go back in front here, Corey.
Dawn, I know there's a gap in talent between your team, the one that you built, and obviously what Howard had. But for the coaching staff, what do you guys feel like are just those immediate takeaways from the defensive performance tonight, and how can you guys carry that over?
Yeah, we defend. We were pretty locked in with what we prepped for. I thought we made a concerted effort to get the 50-50 balls and the loose balls. That is, something that's been on our radar for quite some time. And I thought, we won that department because when you're playing in the NCAA tournament, are you going to be able to execute? Yeah, sometimes. Probably 25% of the time, and the rest of the time is going to be broken plays. It's going to be, defenses that will defend your first and second option. And is what can you do when you have to make a play? What do you do when you have to, when there are loose balls and hustle plays? What do you do in those moments? And those are the moments when basketball games are won and lost. So we want to make sure that if we're not shooting the ball extremely well, we're getting ourselves in a position to get a lot more possessions.
David?
I'm not sure if you did, but at least early word from the staff. Have y'all gotten a look at Miami from the early game?
Yeah, we did. They're playing extremely well. They're shooting the ball well. And they got players that can knock it down from outside. They got some inside players who who's very physical, and it's going to be a bear to deal with them down there. But for us, we got to pack our defense, and I do think hopefully we got a pretty good crowd for a 2:00 game. So I don't know when we'll play on Sunday, but I'm sure our fans will pack the house and apply the energy that needs to be in the building to get a win against Miami.
On the second row. Go ahead.
Hi, Dawn. A dominating performance, I guess. How do you think this sets the tone for the rest of the tournament, and what is the tone you're setting?
It was, we haven't played in a long time. I thought it was pretty good defensively. There's some things that we need to take care of, hitting some shots from an offensive standpoint. I thought we did a great job rebounding the basketball. The things that we are pretty good at, we performed at a high level. The things that we were inconsistent at, that's who we were. We got to play a little bit better offensively on Sunday in order for us to really continue on in this tournament. But, I like what we did defensively. I like what we did defensively. I like what we did in the hustle plays. And, I like the fact that we were able to play everyone.
Stay in the second row there.
Hey, Don, kind of like I mentioned to LeLe, obviously, last year she wasn't able to play in the tournament because she was injured. I guess what's that been like for you, seeing her this season, and how excited were you for her to get back out there today?
Yeah. With LeLe, I think it's comfort in having her available to play, available to practice. What you see out there is how she's been every day that she's been able to practice with us for the last 5 years. For her to come back and to be able to participate in the NCAA tournament by actually playing, it helps her. it helps us, and, super excited we get to host, so, our fans get a chance to see her and send her off, hopefully the right way with getting another win.
Corey?
Dawn, every year the team's different. So I'm curious, at the beginning of every tournament run, that first game, what is it that you as the head coach try to look for and try to notice and observe maybe in the first 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of the game, just kind of tell you where your team is from a mental standpoint going in?
I mean, obviously, our players have been together for a very long time. Like, our starters have started, probably well over 60 games at least. So I know how they're going to start the game. It may not be, shooting lights out, but the other categories, the defense, the rebounding, the loose balls, those type of things that, I look at to see where we are. And we really can't gauge from an offensive standpoint because it's just been really inconsistent, just outside shots. So, once they're fired up and locked in defensively, everything else seems to fall into place.
Any other questions for Coach Staley from the floor? Yep, go back to the right.
I know we talked about the players coming off of the bench, but could you elaborate a little bit more on Bree Hall and Sanaya Fagan, just kind of what you saw from them today?
Bree Hall and Sanaya Fagan, I think they're going to be stars. I do. I just feel like they understand what needs to take place. They just aren't experienced. So they lack some experience, but they're moving the needle in practice. Like, I know Fagan is in a precarious situation where we just got a lot of post players, but she's getting better. Like, you can see the growth in practice, and then when we put her out there, it's just hard to get her minutes, but she's working in practice, and you see in the time that she got the 10 minutes, she got 10 points and 7 rebounds, and it's a pretty assist on the kick out, and that was Fagan. And then Bree Hall has been our first sub off the bench because she's earned that by being coachable, by understanding what we want, understanding her role. We just got to continue to get her some more experience. So next year, we're not starting from ground zero.
We have time for one last question. We'll go to Patrick Waring on Zoom. Patrick?
Hey, Coach. I'm Patrick Waring from the MBS Sports Hour. I know you do a lot to support other coaches, kind of look out for them and help them. Is there a message that you had for Coach Ty after the game? Anything you can share, or just with her and her program?
No, I just congratulated her, and I know that their future is super bright. I think Ty wants to do great in this profession, and this is a notch in her belt because she got the first win, being a part of the first 4, and I know that her success will definitely bring a lot of attention to other opportunities, and not that I want Howard to lose her, but when you're successful in this business, it's an attractive thing, and she's putting herself in the position to do that.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow.